Hello everyone, it's ArtisanTony, and this is a video for our apprentice path, our apprentices, and this specific video is about weather resistant membranes or weather resistant barriers. I've heard them referred to a lot of different things. Now we call them house wraps or home wraps, and basically here's a home that we built in 2013, 2014, and you can see here it has a James Hardy. I don't know if you can see that. Let's go full screen for a second. And actually this is the only time I've ever used anything other than Tyvek. I thought it was kind of funny that I wanted to do a video about Tyvek for our technology series for our apprentices, and the first house I brought up had this Hardy wrap. Now if I was going to use any other series of any other product besides the Tyvek, and we'll get into it here in just a second, it would be this product and none other than Tyvek. So let me go back and I'll just kind of give you an idea, and I hope these people don't mind for educational purposes if I use their videos. Some of these are manufacturers' videos, but this one here is Ask the Builder, and which kind of funny because he's sort of an old timer and he is from the generation basically right before me, and the generation right before me always used, I'm 57, he's probably in his late 60s now, they always used felt paper for a weather resistant barrier behind the siding. Okay, now I can just tell you this, I grew up in this generation, and I started in 1978, and this is what we would use when I first started, but right as I really got into it, we changed over to more modern materials, and when I saw Tyvek for the first time, I thought it was a miracle product, and I'll show it to you in a second if you haven't seen it. But the problem with these, with felt paper, is that it's very fragile. It tears easy. If you leave it in the sun for very long, it shrinks up and starts to crack. If you drive nails through it too hard, you'll break it with your hammer. You can't really staple it. The staples go right through it. So you have to baby this product to get it up on the wall and get it to where it's effective. Okay, so from this, but you know, this kind of thing was used for probably 100 years, 50 years at least, you know. But now that we have modern technology and we have modern materials, and that's what this class is about, is learning, always learning, and always keeping an open mind, being objective about new materials. Now I'm sure if you went back and asked the builder today, and again, I'm not criticizing him, he's got a lot of videos out, a lot of good videos, but this is a good example of where the past needs to be left behind. And this video is 2012, so he's actually installing this many years after I quit using it. I quit basically using felt paper for weather resistant membranes or barriers in 1980. Okay, so let's just move on to a modern material, and I've got some tabs here saved, and we'll go, here's the wiki page on Tyvek, and I will leave it as a link in the description of this video. Basically, Tyvek was invented in or says discovered in 1955 by a researcher for a DuPont textile company. His name was Jim White. Thank you, Jim. We really appreciate your contributions to the construction industry, because if there's any material that I think is a miracle material, it is Tyvek. It allows water vapor to breathe through the material, escapes through the material, but not water droplets, not water itself. And that's one thing I'm going to show here in just a second. Basically, I remember in 1978 first seeing it. It looks like here 1967 was when it was first commercially available, and then 1970 was used probably in earnest, mainstream construction. So that's the wiki page, and I'll use that link in the description. And all of these resources will be used in our quizzes, so take note of these. If you'll Google Tyvek HomeWrap or House Wrap, you'll see all these examples of how it's installed. Okay, I'm going to use a couple of videos here as references. This one by Tyvek shows breathability. And this example is of, I believe, of a membrane that doesn't breathe. Right. And then we move on to DuPont Tyvek to demonstrate how it will breathe. I'm not going to play this entire video. I just want to show quickly some of the attributes. So she's pumping air through that. This is a video, and I'll have a link to it in the description too. It's pretty good about the basic way to install Tyvek. Now I will say in this video, I'm surprised that they did not use the 9-foot rolls. They're using the 3-foot rolls. Actually, they look like 4 feet. So basically he goes through the installation here, and he'll show the taping of the joints. He'll do the next row. I don't want to include all their content. I don't want to get in copyright issues here. Here we go. Here's where we're taping the joints. One thing I wanted to bring up was that Tyvek has products. Let's see, here we go. This is the 3-foot wide by 165 feet roll. This is similar to what they were using, but it also has, so what I'm looking for is the 9. This is actually it, but this is I think this is a box of it, because it's $1,800, and it's only, that would be per box, and I don't know how many rolls are in a box, but it's about $150 a roll for wood roll, and it really works better to cover. You can see a man would be standing right about here, and it's a huge roll, and you can just about go around a house with it. I wanted to just show one other product that I think that gives an example of products that aren't as good as Tyvek, and there's lots of spin-off products that you can buy. And like I said earlier, the only one I can really recommend is the Hardy Wrap, the James Hardy Wrap. A lot of these companies have just come out with cheap alternatives that do not breathe. I've actually seen tests with some of these other products. They do not breathe at all. And one of the problems we're having with modern buildings is that they are not breathing at all. Now, we want to cut down on air infiltration, but we want them to be able to breathe. We want water vapor to be able to actually escape when it needs to. So what I want you to do is do this research And then also there's another video. Let's close this tab out. The other video is this one that talks about or shows how to install the Windows openings, because this is basically the two basic functions with Tyvek you'll do on a job. You'll install it, and then you'll come back and cut out your windows. Over the years, there's been many different methods. Not many, there's been 2 or 3 different methods. But this is basically the one that we've settled on here. Back when we first started using Tyvek, you would cut a big X and you would fold the flaps in all the way around. Now we're just folding the sides in. And you'll see in a minute that the head is, again, I don't want to just show all of this content. I want you to go watch these videos yourself, and I'll have the links in the description. But basically, you cut that flap, you'll see these cuts here at a 45-degree angle, and you'll tape up the flap, and then you'll use the window tape to do the sides. Well, this is actually the sill pan. So you'll have the sill piece, and it's a flex tape, so you can mold it around. Then you'll caulk the back of the window. Then you'll install the window and do the 2 sides. And then you'll do a piece of tape over the top of the flange, and then you'll let that flap down. And again, I'm just trying to give you a summary of these videos. I want you to go listen to them, because I'm turning the sound off so I don't have to compete with the sound on them. So what we want to do with our apprentice program is talk about the history, the way things used to be done, and how we've advanced in technology. And this is part of our technology series. And so what we want to do is promote learning, and really you should be doing research each week. If I get to a point where I'm not working on drawings or estimates or whatever, I'll just do a search, new building products, and I'll just go through them and read about them. And this is what I'm trying to get you to do: expose you to new products, or the technology side of construction, and realize that there is a lot of science behind building products and how they came to be. And as artisans, we also want to use the best materials that we can buy within our budget. And sometimes you're going to want to, purchase materials that you may think are outside of your budget. This is one of those. You don't want to skimp on the weather-resistant membrane or barrier. This is your barrier. I mean, you could literally install Tyvek and you wouldn't have to even install siding if you didn't want to. So this is your basic protection. Your siding is just a rain screen, okay? It's just an aesthetic way. It's really more about architecture and design than it is about keeping the weather out. You really want to approach this as if this is your technology for keeping the weather out. I hope this was informative, and just check your apprentice path work on the website and do your checklists, and this should serve as like week 2 of one of your months. And I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you're enjoying the program, and I am, and I hope to see you on the forum on the website. What I'd like for you all to do is to actually go out and see some construction websites, some construction sites, take some pictures and put them on the forum to show that you've been out into the community and you're looking at jobs. And we're not just reviewing things online. We're getting out in the actual community, seeing what's actually going on. And if you see examples of other house, membranes, research them, research testing that has been done on them to compare them against Tyvek. Tyvek is the leader because they're basically, DuPont was the inventor. So to me, all other products are going to be compared to Tyvek. And if you find something that's superior, let me know and share it with all of us in the forum. Once again, thanks a lot and good luck, guys.